2017 is far from over, and yet there have been an astounding number of games already released this year. You likely heard about Resident Evil 7 and Mass Effect Andromeda, but numerous other games have launched in 2017 that you may have missed and are still well worth checking out. We've rounded up 6 such games for Xbox One, but be sure to hit the subscribe button below to get our recommendations on other platforms in the coming days. One game that may have gone unnoticed but is worth a look is Tumbleweed Park, a point-and-click adventure by famed ex-LucasArts duo Ron Gilbert and Gary Winnick. Tumbleweed Park deals with a murder in the small town of Tumbleweed Park that 2 FBI agents have to investigate. It rides a thin line between nostalgia and reinvention, balancing its comically written nods to the genre with some modern design choices. While it sometimes sticks too closely to the point-and-click genre's long-held mechanics, Tumbleweed Park is great for experienced adventure game fans eager to experience a whimsical narrative and solve some puzzles. Forza Horizon 3 was already arguably the best racing game of the generation, and it's only gotten better through DLC. The first expansion took players to a wintry landscape, but this year's Hot Wheels DLC is the stuff of childhood fantasies. It allows you to get behind the wheel of classic Hot Wheels cars and drive them around wild courses comprised of loops and huge jumps. Better yet, the courses are constructed from the signature orange Hot Wheels tracks. These weave around some gorgeous island settings, and feature new boost pads that provide a sense of speed unlike anything else in Forza. It's downright exhilarating when you leap across a chasm, or go zooming past a giant animatronic dinosaur for the first time. Yooka-Laylee was originally pitched as a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, and that certainly wasn't an exaggeration. Like the classic Nintendo 64 platformer, Yooka-Laylee stars an eponymous duo, in this case, a lizard named Yuka and a bat named Laylee, and has players use their abilities to explore colorful worlds and pick apart all manner of collectibles. Yooka-Laylee channels the spirit of Banjo-Kazooie so well that it genuinely feels like a long-lost Nintendo 64 platformer, for better and sometimes for worse. But even during its moments of frustration, Yooka-Laylee remains one of the most charming releases of the year thanks to its tongue-in-cheek writing, beautiful art style, and whimsical soundtrack. While it may not top Banjo's first 2 adventures, it certainly sits along Rare's Nintendo 64 output nicely. Anyone who grew up with 90s platformers and has a fondness for Rare games in particular will find a lot to love about Yooka-Laylee. Roguelikes have become wildly popular in recent years, but few have taken as interesting of an approach to the genre as Crypt of the Necrodancer. It tasks players with navigating a dungeon to the beat of the music. Instead of just moving or attacking freely, you and your enemy's actions are tied directly to the excellent soundtrack. Further complicating things is the need to always be doing something. If you skip a beat without acting, your combo resets, which means you'll earn less gold and potentially do less damage, depending on what items you've acquired. Especially as the beat of the music increases, there's real tension and excitement to every new room you enter, and you have to constantly consider what you want to do next and how enemies might respond. It's an experience that's quite unlike anything else, and it's one that you'll certainly want to try. The Sexy Brutale is a quirky little puzzle game co-developed by Tequila Works, the studio behind the beautiful adventure game Rime. It's essentially Groundhog Day, the game. You play through the same day over and over, but with each run-through, you learn more about the creepy mansion you find yourself in. After seeing one character shoot another, you might go and find the gun and prevent the bloody murder by replacing real bullets with blanks. A number of these murders are interconnected. Solving one puzzle might prevent one murder, but that could change another branch of time elsewhere in the house. But discovering and tinkering with different timelines is where the fun lies. We've played it over and over again. Groundhog Day, indeed. Being a roguelike styled shooter, Enter the Gungeon naturally draws comparisons to games like The Binding of Isaac and Nuclear Throne. And while that helps you understand what it's like to play, Enter the Gungeon manages to rise above being a pale imitator. It feels fantastic, with a dodge roll ability that allows you to satisfyingly evade damage with a well-timed use. There are ridiculous weapons, such as the one that fires bees, or a gun that shoots guns which themselves fire bullets. The procedurally generated environments are well crafted and help keep each run feeling fresh, as do the wide variety of items and secrets that you uncover along the way. And co-op support makes for an especially fun and chaotic experience. The entire game is also overflowing with personality and color, making for an experience that is as fun to look at as it is to play. This is just a small selection of the great Xbox One games that came out this year which you might have missed. And of course, there are plenty more, so be sure to subscribe to GameSpot for all of our Xbox One coverage. And stay tuned in the coming days for future videos where we take a look at hidden gems on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC.